Welcome to Lesson 4, Course and Learning Outcomes. This lesson explores the relationship between a course and course learning outcomes. This lesson will guide in developing a course with appropriate learning outcomes. In short, forming the curriculum of a course. Let's get started. Let's get to the definitions first. What's a course? A program consists of a finite number of courses on whose successful completion leads to the award of the degree of the program. A course is a syllabus or a subject or discipline that has a defined and complementary learning outcomes. These course learning outcomes define the learning to be observed in students in the domain of knowledge, psychomotor, and affective, in isolation or in combination. The course learning outcomes or CLO describe the learning that would be demonstrated by the students after successful completion of the course. The CLOs or the course learning outcomes are individual pieces of the puzzle when put together achieve the purpose of taking the course. Let's see how to identify a course and hence the course contents. First consideration is what curriculum is. If traditional, then courses are based on the basic and clinical courses. However, contemporary curriculum is integrated vertically as well as horizontally. Competencies expected from a graduate can also guide the identification of courses. Competencies describe the required knowledge, skills, attitudes for effective professional practice and are used by professionals, educators, and regulators. Dental discipline and subjects also can be a guide for developing courses. They can be sources to identify a course, or the requirement of integration might limit development of courses based on specific disciplines. How to develop the CLOs or the course learning outcomes. The CLO should be finite. It is limited to 3 to 5 and not exceeding definitely 10. More detail be given as the lesson outcomes in relation to the various learning activities. Focus on overarching knowledge and or skills and or attitude to be achieved from the course rather than small or trivial details. Focus on knowledge, skills and attitude learning that are central to the course topic and or discipline. Let's learn about identifying a course and the course learning outcomes by an example. Let's brainstorm to know what the course is for. Let us work a course for the student to be able to manage a patient with dental caries. Let's expand few of the terms to understand this competency better. Manage is a very broad word. It can mean to explain to patient what the disease is, educate the patient on what the risk factors towards prevention are, removal of caries, restoring the form and function of the tooth, root canal treatment, onlay, crowns or extraction. So this is a very broad term, manage. If all aspects of management are to be handled by the course, it can become a bit too big. So we will trim it. The student can explain and educate the patient on disease and its prevention, fill the cavity by a direct restorative material, and perform measures to prevent caries. Let's continue on the purpose of the course. So based on earlier discussion, the competency has been modified to manage a patient by prevention, direct restoration, or patient education. So we'll be modifying it as manage a patient with dental caries by prevention, direct restoration, or patient education in a dental clinic. How about the patient involved in the competency? The management of a child and adult patient having primary or permanent teeth for caries is a bit too different. Based on the decision we make, we can have both types of patients included or either. For our course, let it be patients with caries and permanent teeth. So, manage a patient with dental caries and permanent teeth by prevention, direct restoration, or patient education in dental clinic would be the modified statement. The dental caries can be elaborated based on severity and extent or nearness to pulp. Since the management aspect is described in the competency, The description of caries is not needed here. Let's understand the level of students who will be eligible to take this course. Prior learning. So what is the prior learning expected among students eligible to take this course? It is important to convey to the students what prior learning will be required to learn this course and which will not be taught in this course also. The course location can be determined in the overall curriculum once the level of students to take this course is determined. Let's understand better by going back to our example. Just to recap, manage caries and permanent teeth by prevention, direct restoration or patient education is the competency. The student taking this course should have prior learning on the morphology and structure and its relation to function and health of permanent teeth. They should have the skills to remove tooth structure by rotary and hand instruments. They should have the skills to perform and record patient assessment. So this will be the prior learning required for a patient or a student to be eligible to take this course. So what knowledge, skill and attitude are needed to get to the competency addressed by the course? We need to outline what knowledge, skills and attitude learning are required for the students to achieve the competency of the course. Let's see the example what knowledge, skills and attitudes are required. The first column under knowledge domain, the students should know the disease so that the student can come to a diagnosis based on patient information from history and examination. Examination can be clinical or radiological. The student should also be able to form the treatment plan as is suited for the patient. The column 2 on the skills front, primary skills, the student should be able to do patient assessment, remove caries and fill the tooth by the most appropriate filling material. In column 3, the student should be caring, have intention to educate the patient. These learning are what distinguishes into a patient-centered care. What needs to be learned in the knowledge domain and how we can phrase it as a learning outcome. So the students need to know about the disease, causes, pathogenesis and risk factors. But why? For making diagnosis or prognosis, for making a treatment plan and to assess the outcome of the treatment when done. So the level should be at least C3 with application of the knowledge to practice. So the LO or learning outcomes for this course will be the student will be able to apply the knowledge of etiology, pathogenesis, risk factors of dental caries in permanent tooth in a dental practice. Let's continue in the knowledge domain. The students need to know about the classification of dental caries in various contemporary systems and make the right diagnosis. Why should students learn this? To know the various scientific terms to identify disease based on certain characters so that they make a right diagnosis. Communicate to the patient, peers or other professionals. So the level here should be at least C5 as various information should be analyzed and synthesized to make a diagnosis. So what's a learning outcome? The student will be able to formulate the appropriate diagnosis based on patient assessment information and the current classification of dental caries in a dental practice. Let's go to the next domain, psychomotor domain. The students need to know and do complete caries removal. So what all entails this skill? Students should be able to differentiate between caries lesion and sound tooth structure. They should use rotary or hand instrumentation and appropriately completely remove full caries. Ensure patient and self safety when caries removal is done. So the level here would be P5, which is perform independently. So what's the LO going to be? The student will be able to perform complete removal of caries from sound tooth structure using appropriate instrumentation safely in permanent tooth with dental caries in a dental practice. So let's go to the next domain, the affective domain. The affective domain might not be addressed in all courses of a program. And some programs have certain courses, dedicated courses, like a professionalism course, which addresses the aspects of affective domain. Here, we take a learning to display how affective domain can be addressed in a sample course. Let's examine the learning for care. What does care entail in a dental practice? Safety can be for patient, the dentist and support staff. Safety can also mean a safe environment. Patient autonomy should be displayed by the dentist in every setting of patient-centered care. Another aspect could be professional behavior. This should be displayed at all times. And the level for displaying the above effective characteristics should be at least A3. The student should value these actions and also decide on the expression of it. So the yellow would be the student will be able to display care and professionalism by ensuring patient safety, autonomy, and welfare in a dental practice. So let's recap. The competency is manage a patient with dental caries and permanent teeth by prevention, direct restoration, or patient education and dental planning. So finally, the learning outcomes are the following for the course on managed caries. So the course name is managed caries. The students will be able to apply the knowledge of etiology, pathogenesis, risk factors of dental caries in permanent tooth in a dental practice at the level of C3. Perform accurate clinical and radiological assessment of patient with dental caries in dental practice. Level will be P5 psychomotor domain. Formulate the appropriate diagnosis based on patient assessment information and the current classification of dental caries in dental practice. This will be knowledge domain at C5. Perform cavity preparation and restore the tooth to form and function using appropriate materials for a patient with dental caries in dental practice. This will be a psychomotor domain at P5 level. Display care and professionalism by ensuring patient safety, autonomy, and welfare in dental practice. This will be the effective domain at A3 level. So, in summary, the course should be aligned to the principles of curriculum. Should be integrated or spiral curriculum or competency-based curriculum. The course should follow the principles of the curriculum. A team can guide the development of a course. It can be competency-based, interestable professional activities, or topic-based like caries or endodontics. The learning outcomes should be reviewed against the checklist and see if it will achieve the course goals. Thank you for attending my course on learning outcomes in dental education. Hope you enjoyed and found it very useful. Thank you and good luck.